All right. All right, what's up, everybody? Cameron, Ghostin. Guess we got here Lil Rich, Ali, Marcus, Buckets, Kari. Yeah, like I said, I ain't made it. I still ain't made it past episode 2, my boy. I be having to find a time for it. I tried to watch Bel Air the other day and fell asleep on it. So what I'm gonna end up, let's see. Finish episode 4. I told you her ass was gonna be fatty when she got out of prison. Nigga, what are you talking about? Her ass ain't fat, nigga. Man, I'm definitely gonna catch up on it though. One of these days when I have that free time, I'm gonna just watch up all the shows. God, so what? I got what 3 or 4 episodes of that, and then Bel Air about to release 2 more episodes too. So I'm gonna be like 5 episodes behind on that. What's up, lifestyle? Molly dog. What you mean we good, right? I forgot what. What did I forget? Oh, Malachi. Well, you you switched your name on me. I mean, we all knew Dime was gonna kind of somewhat come up clean. I said he was gonna come up clean, but change it up, make it seem like I said, he was gonna finesse it, and then D Mac was gonna just play along, catch on and play along, and let it go. But what's gonna end up happening next episode, I think, is Diamond might, end up. I mean, D Mac might end up confronting him, asking why did he do that or something like that, and that's when they're gonna find out. Eventually, I think D Mac gonna tell Tommy the truth, and that's when he split. Cause I believe the split. What's up, Robert, Ronald, and Kenny? I believe the split between Tommy and CBI will happen next episode. I'm almost certain it's gonna be next episode. Thought it would be this one. You're all not gonna see what you want. Diamond won't break from Diamond. Really? I'm not gonna say that you're 100% wrong on that because, like I said, that interview when Diamond was being interviewed by the girl. You know what's crazy? Not that the Jamaican homie saying this, he might have just gave me a new thought because um he said his choices because the lady basically said if you could describe this season in one word, what would it be? And Diamond said his would be choices. Diamond said his would be treacherous, and Jenard said his would be loyalty. So I'm starting to think maybe it's possible you know what you're talking about, and Diamond stays loyal to Tommy, but Tommy betrays him. That could be crazy, kind of. All right, let me read. There's a lot of comments done past. I see. The person we seen in the season trailer with the person on the motorcycle shooting is in the next episode, right? I don't know about that. They didn't show us that on the trailer. You all not gonna see what you on down one point in time. I saw that. Bro, you crazy. Tommy bought a serve for 1.5 million. He got the money. What are you talking about? Like, what are you referring to? Because I didn't say nothing about Tommy not having money or nothing like that. So, what are you talking about? And of course, everybody's guessing, dude, including you. Nobody knows. And Talia, if you're talking about the Kane or Jenard topic, yeah, we did kind of have this before, but it ended up sparking up last live. You missed the last one. And it kind of sparked up big, and everybody was saying we should talk about this on the next one. So I said, okay, we'll make it one. But yes, we did have a topic on that before. If Diamond Brother is listening, he would learn. He told his little bro, "We got plans for you." Hmm. He did tell him that. Didn't necessarily give him any kind of proof of it, but he told him that. And hopefully for his sake, he don't do nothing to fuck Diamond over while he trying to put plans in play for him. Tommy and Shanti playing the weakest link, who is the Janai. I seen someone post the dates for the episodes on TikTok. It said the break was after episode 9. I don't know how true it is though. So I actually got one from someone that said there's no break. I can actually share that one. What is he talking about? The power guru. Tommy wouldn't be Ghost if he didn't betray Diamond at some point. If he's doing this because he chose somewhere else. Just received the 25,000, $125,000. So I mean, should I just take time and find love or what? What the hell is going on? There's got to be some bots in here, bro. In the season trailer, Diamond had the same outfit where we see the person shooting on the bike. What is it? I didn't even pay attention to the outfit. I can pull that shit up. I honestly I didn't pay attention. you a writer, but you're not a writer for Force, or else you wouldn't been on here saying this shit. So you definitely guessing, nigga. But anyways, I hope we get the hallucination scene this episode. Would be nice. What the fuck? Who, bruh, super nifty Susie Wood. What the hell are you talking about? It seems to be two different chats going on. I am on YouTube, but the mobile format has chats. I don't see. Yeah, it is two different ones. We still haven't seen who Tommy was looking at sitting in the chair yet. Yeah, I think that's a hallucination that he's talking about. So let's go ahead and address the topic at hand, though. Let's go ahead and dive in on that because we talked about that last live, and Scotty Boy then already brought it up. Said Kane was definitely the bigger hater. Well, let's see. So who is the biggest hater, Kane or Jenard? So you're saying Jenard was just jealous, but can't you make the same argument that Kane was jealous? Because if you pay attention, Kane didn't really have nothing against Tariq when the first episode and maybe even the second episode. It really wasn't until um, Monet made him a new business partner that Kane was really starting to, hate on him. When she was introduced and said we got a new business partner and she introduced Tariq to them, that's when Kane started to hate on him. And you could argue that it was the jealousy of him feeling like he was being replaced by his mother, the reason why he started hating. So it's pretty much the same thing. Was Kane a hater? Is the question. I think he was a hater. I don't even think you can deny that. He was definitely a hater. And I was hating his ass. So come on now, can't be bringing up Tariq's name when this situation has nothing to do with exactly. That's why Tariq had to say, "Nigga, why are you always worried about me?" Exactly. That's how you know. Yeah, that nigga's a hater. That's crazy. I believe it was Kane. Jenard actually has a reason to hate Tommy, but that can make an argument as him being a bigger hater also. It looks like almost unanimously everyone is saying um, Kane. Because like I said, I mean they kind of got the same thing going on. Figuring like, they felt like I do feel like both of them felt like each one of them was taking over. Like Kane felt like he was being replaced and Tariq was coming and taking over. But Jenard, I'm gonna say this. I think Jenard's case is a little stronger for him having justification of his hate. Because think about it this way. Although Tariq came in and was, basically getting pretty a pretty important role in their organization. He still wasn't the head dog. He wasn't the top dog. Monet was still in charge, clearly. So he never got to that point when it came to them. Now in Jenard's case, this nigga Tommy came and took over. He became numero uno. So he took over the whole Chicago. Not only did he just come in the city, and take over CBI. This nigga down there took over the whole city. So, and in his eyes, he think Tommy has his own agenda. So that's the reason why Jenard doing it. So, in my opinion, I think Kane is definitely the bigger hater. Kane was the bigger hater. I keep telling y'all. Kane had a psychological complex. Tariq was in the way. Jenard was displaced as the head of CBI. In fact, he was knocked down 2 levels. Right. Exactly. He went from being head of CBI, because keep in mind, Force started with Jenard being number 1 of CBI. And then when Diamond came, Diamond came and took the number 1 spot, and Jenard was 2. Then Tommy come along, now he's 3. And I think Jenard would be okay being number 2 to his brother. But to be number 3 and let Tommy be number 1, he like, hell no. We ain't letting that shit go off. Jenard issue warranted because he actually kept CBI going while Diamond was exactly. Was D-Mac like 16, 17, right? How many bodies he got? Second, D-Mac is a math genius. Third, he has hands. Fourth, he outsmarted so many people. Y'all don't see the potential. I'm guessing this is the Tariq and D-Mac debate going on. Even Monet and Jew was sick of Kanye hating. No, exactly. Exactly. It's like, hell nah, this man hate his ass out. Like, bro, can you stop hating for a second? God damn. Like the last episode after Jew got shot. I did this. I did this, right? This never would happen for her replacing us for this whack nigga Tariq, right? Nigga, fuck Tariq, nigga. Oh shit. And then when he tried to do that shit when this one Drew Freshly got shot. I tried to warn you, dog. You know none of this shit would have happened with Tariq. Bullshit, Kane. This happened because of you. This nigga Kane. Yeah, Kane definitely worse than Jenard. Jenard English hell, but he ain't fucking with Kane. That man NBA. This nigga, come on, y'all. This nigga was willing to shoot his own father just to prove he's better than Tariq. If that ain't hate, I don't know what it is, bro. Hey, that's funny. Janard the biggest hater. He was still tripping on Tommy while he being a fake. So you think Kane wouldn't be thinking about it if he was on drugs? He would. In the corporate world, the way Jenard was demoted would cause resentment. Mm-hmm. None of us would let Tariq or another person around them like that. Monet started that shit. Time out, Brian. I don't see what's the reason just yet. I mean, I do think people should be freely to say what they want to say with their theories. Both situations are similar. Absolutely. Yeah, this got to be Michael. Because what are you talking about? Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, I instantly said that in my head myself. I was like, yeah, this Michael just created a new account. That's all. And then do new names so folks won't recognize him, even though we still recognize him. Hey, Takari, too. I don't know, bro. I don't think he a bot, bro. Do you see this shit? How can a bot keep transitioning to do new people and shit? I just dropped the link, Ronald. I still think Marshall dying. I just changed my mind on when he died. Yeah, Drew was cold. Absolutely. Michael is a
I'm starting to think Marshall might make it.
hey man.
I think JP and Genesis will be enough.
Y'all might be right. I could be dead wrong about this Marshall situation. That motherfucker definitely made it longer than I thought he would. So, but I absolutely know one of them I'm certain on is JP. His ass up out here. That's the only one I'm certain. Marshall gonna make it. They need younger actors who can pay for cheap. Yeah, that's a good reason that he might too. Yep. And then they can build that around, Tariq, D Mac, him, and then whoever else they decide to go with for that younger core for sure. And then they might. I know. I might sound like a broken record, but I'm gonna do it. They might keep Tommy around, put Ghost back in there, and then get some more. Maybe Jenard or somebody else in 2-Bit and all them with Shard. For the older fan base, keep them engaged, and then they can do something.
Don't you think there's an audience with these spinoffs that didn't watch OG Power?
It is absolutely. That's the young core that they trying to reach with the younger shows. But it's also an older, fan base that watched it when Ghost was around, and they stopped watching it once he was gone. And I'd be seeing a lot of people saying that if Ghost was to return, they would start back watching. So they could just make everybody happy, get all those fans in, because the younger core is not going to leave because Ghost is there, but the old heads will come back. So you basically just increasing your audience. But I think pretty much we can move on with this Kane and Jenard thing. I think we pretty safe to say that this is Kane. It's Kane. And with Jenard, Jenard a hater for sure. He ain't fucking with Kane.
I told y'all Kane had a deeper problem. Something went on with in his childhood. What we don't know. But
Yeah, and they kind of touched on
he was
it.
way too fixated on his mama. That's some Freudian shit.
She protected him when he was being molested. That's basically
That never came out, did it?
yeah, it did. They when the episode Monet died on, he's saying life for kids like him is treacherous because you got people out here hurting kids. And then later on in the interview, Woody McClain confirmed that his character Kane was touched when he was a child.
Okay.
So basically, that's where it comes from.
Okay. It still fits the Oedipus complex though.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, there's a the psychosexual development, the jealousy of the same sex parent. You know,
And Ma Ferguson, the character who plays Marshall, has a big following from the Shy and dancing on social media, so he's too valuable for them to kill off so soon. Y'all might be right. I absolutely could be wrong about that. And I'll take that in. If he survives it, I'm sure DeMarcus gonna troll me and a couple of other people. I'm ready for it.
I wonder what happened to his sister.
Mhm.
His sister could have played Manny. Manny, what's her name? Manny Fresh. Talking about
Yeah.
Ahmad's real life sister. She could have played Manny Fresh.
Mhm. That Kane
Because
probably
Manny
got
Fresh
touched
is on the side too.
making a drop for Monet. I would hope that's not how it happened, but that would be crazy. I mean, you right, just because of what he said. That's. But look, this is what I'm gonna say happens here. What I believe the direction that they originally wanted to do was kind of revealing, but the problem is once the show was canceled last minute, they weren't able to. I think it was so much more they of a story that they had that they wanted to tell, including the potential of Rock being still alive and returning to be Tariq's last villain to face. Because keep in mind, all the Tariq's villains has been women. Remember that. But since they canceled it in the fourth season, they had to change the storyline. So basically, Kane just had to fill in those dots on what to do, fill in the blank of what happened, since they weren't able to directly say it. Kane said it was. It said it when he tied to the chair. No motivation. That's confirmation right there. Yeah, but he didn't say it directly, so I just went with what he said in the interview. But I do agree. I think that was pretty much that was enough there to let us know that pretty much he got touched. Some people may try to challenge that. So him and Effie had a trauma bond, right? Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and head to this next one. The next one, and we are talking about, and we ain't gotta be on this one too long. This Asian mafia. That's something that me personally, haven't really seen too many people touch on very much. But it seems that it may play a major story in Force, probably the second half.
You saw my comments about it, didn't
Yes, I did. Flow,
because
Floating.
that dope that Jenard gave Joey, that's the fentanyl that was killing people.
Yeah, exactly.
And Stacey Marks, them folks think it's the Marquez cartel. So
So
it's got to come up again.
right. So here's the thing. Like you said, Stacy thinks it's the Marquez cartel that's involved with it. We also know that there's a lot of Asians that's working within the Marquez organization.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got, the mole, Shane, Bill Sang. You got, I forgot his first name, but his last name is what, Chang or Chain or something like that. The dude I be calling Kung Lao. So there's two Asians that we know that's for sure working with the Marquez cartel. And then keep in mind, episode one, we see um, D Mac rob the Asian cat, right? And what did he have? He had a brick of fentanyl. So I believe these Asians, it went out. It makes me wonder: are we going to end up seeing a new, a new kingpin or something like that emerge? But he's Asian.
Okay, let's clear this up for me. Okay, as I just connected with something. Now, the Marquez cartel, that's Ortega, right?
It is
But you got these Asian folks running around helping the Marquez cartel.
right.
Okay, so is there a difference between the Asian mafia and the Marquez cartel?
That's what I'm alluding to. See, that's what I'm basically talking about. Is it another Asian, mafia or something that's out there that we don't know about yet? And I would like to say more than likely there is, because the Asian dude, basically everybody up in that little craps table that Marshall was playing at were Asians. And like I said, dude came up with the brick of fentanyl. He ended up getting robbed. And remember what he said to D Mac when he was robbing him: "You don't want to do this." And then we so happen to see Asians working for the Marquez cartel. So it's either maybe it's another side of them. I don't know, but it's got to be something going on with a powerful Asian group that we just don't know about, and it may get revealed a little later. Answer some of these questions real quick. He said, "I hope O'Kane got touched by a woman instead of a man." I hope so too, but more than likely it wasn't. I'm waiting on the agents to come back. I'm very intrigued with their storyline. Dude, intro was low key cold. Yeah, I thought they were gonna bring it back a little sooner, but I guess they kind of wanted to just touch on it, let a few episodes pass, and make it so that we'll forget about it, and then basically hit us with it again. But like I said, if Marshall dies, I'm still banking on them agents. I just don't think the Asian mafia are gonna be seen again. To be honest, I think they rushing past it. Yeah, Jenard left the fin off, but they probably just link it back to CBI only. I seriously doubt that is the truth, because they're not gonna have Stacy Marks talking about it if they're not planning on bringing it. And then think about it. Jenard brings it up again, saying this, that Asian shit. They're not about to be talking about it that much just to not bring them back in. There's no way. That is that would be terrible writing if they did that.
That's why I said in one of my comments, Jay, that I hope they don't leave a lot of plot holes
Yeah, I remember that.
and things you know, unresolved. This could be one of them, just like that
It better not, bro. Cause I swear,
that nutty death.
What's up, Cameron? I'm gonna go ahead and tell you now. If you don't speak in 5 seconds, you getting booted.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah. What's up?
Who is this now?
I don't really know for sure. You know, Cameron, he don't came on here and stuff like that before. He be speaking and stuff like that, but you know, he's never really came up like that. I think and say Wu and Cameron is the same person. That's what I think. What happened to Elisa Marie Theories? Everybody went silent. Oh, she could still come too. Shit.
She was
At my
very good at having legacies. It seems like we want too many people to come to force. I just ain't there.
yeah, it will.
Next episode, of course, gonna be a reunion.
It's gonna be challenging for them to squeeze all of them in for sure. Because that's a lot of shit. Tariq got to come and his crew, then Elisa Marie, then the Asians, then yeah, that's a lot of shit. That's a lot of shit. King Kilo ain't even out of prison yet.
I think now he's gonna get out, right?
I want to say next episode he should be out.
And then what's his face? D Mac gonna smoke him.
Okay, we're gonna touch on that.
Oh,
We're gonna touch on that the next topic.
okay.
Um, am I mad that the PO that Power Origin take place in 2001? Well, I think it's 2002, but no, I'm not mad about it. I'm a little curious of how it's going to work, but I can't say I'm mad about it unless they just start off. Breeze is already gone, Ghost Dad is already gone, and they don't even touch on it. Now, then I would be mad. So I just would have to figure out how they do it. The
We're
Asians
gonna
can't. Go ahead.
we're gonna either have to get some flashbacks, or else they just decided they don't need to show us what we already know.
That's what I'm saying. If they did that, I would be mad.
But 18 episodes, I mean, you can tell a lot.
Right.
This Tommy and Jamie we seeing might not show up to the second half.
Possibly. Yep. The Asians Kingpin probably gonna look like Mr. Negative from Spider-Man 2 guy. I don't know who that is, but okay. Don't forget about the dirty agents and law enforcement. Yeah, I mentioned them. What if that's how Braden gets up out of here? If he show up in force, or if he don't come back, allegedly by Gianni. What if they try to snort the? Oh shit! I didn't think about that, but hey, that'll be wild. Mr. Jones, what's up? What if they tied it back to OG Power to the group Tommy got Dylan finger cut out? That'd be good writing though if they found a way to do that. I'm not sure. Are they Koreans? Because I know Dylan and them were Koreans. The Asians that we saw in Forest, I'm not sure if they're Koreans or not. The difference on getting molested by a man instead of a woman is it could make a man question his sexuality for sure. Wouldn't be the first time that they did something like that. We only had 5 episodes left, and I feel like it's just more important stuff that needs to be shown. Well, it's 6 episodes, yeah. Till Lisa Marie shows up, I don't care about it. Been talking about Lisa Marie, trust me, I'm waiting on it. Harrington, Mandela Reeves apparently reported to be in season 3 or 4. I don't think the Fords can afford to bring too many actors over since they all like to wear designer clothes. What's up, Demarcus? Do I think D Mac is killing King Kilo? I think it's a great possibility. We already know most of the backstory anyway. We out. Yeah, here you go with that shit. Will Tommy will have Claudia eliminate Miguel because Miguel would not see it coming from Claudia. So you got Claudia taking out Miguel. Interesting. They still got to show us the backstory. It's no point of prequel if we're not gonna see nothing they talking about in the original. In the original, right? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I didn't read the full comment because it's some shit that you already don't say it before. I knew it's going to be some bullshit.
What do you think about that comment from SG 2027?
Which one?
Back up a little bit. We already know most of the backstory
Oh
anyway.
yeah, that's the one I was just talking about. I cut out because he don't say it that several times before.
Oh, okay.
Bullshit. Yeah, we already know the information, but I'm pretty sure if they had a poll, majority of the fans would say they would love to see it actually happen. And I would go as high as saying probably 90% of the fans would say.
So
Anyway,
I want to see them younger than 12. They would be only about 12, 13 tops in the current timeline of Raising
uh,
Canaan.
yeah. Oh, I want to see that too. Like I said, because I just want to see the Angie and Ghost meet. But like I said, we could see that in Raising Canaan season 5 because they should be meeting around that time zone, that around that time period. I mean, not around 93 is when they should have been meeting. So, but I also would love to see the introduction between Ghost and Tasha, and that should be before 2002. I would guess. Who knows though? Maybe they met in 2002 and they hooked up really fast. It's possible.
Who was that? I don't look at many of the other content creators. Who was that said that Kate might be Jamie's mama?
I think getting her Leah may have said that. You know what? I actually have a really interesting theory about that too, because I did see that video by him, and I haven't gotten around to putting it out there. But I have a very interesting theory that that
So
could,
that's the kind of twist I like.
yeah. If Breeze already dead at the beginning of Power Origins, then I'm not gonna want to watch it. I ain't gonna lie. I probably still would give it a watch, but it would definitely derail how my anticipation and excitement of wanting to see it if they did it like that. If we don't see it in Raising Canaan, which I seriously doubt because I don't think they have enough time to do it, they absolutely have to show it in order. Kate knows something more about James for sure. Yeah, it's some weird stuff that I was going to you know bring up in that video. Now I guess I should go ahead and try to get it knocked out maybe tomorrow to put out. But yeah, it's definitely something up with that. When you say 8, 9, 10, he's not going to show up to Tyrone. What are you talking about?
Is he talking about episode 8, 9, 10?
I'm guessing he's like, yeah. Who are you talking about? Not gonna show up. Oh, you said Tariq is not showing up. Got you. So you said Tariq is not gonna show up, and that post credits that we saw was for Legacy, not Force. That's interesting. I'm sitting here looking and thinking it over. Could that possibly be some truth to this?
I'm just still having trouble with Tommy going back to New York. The only reason I could think of in this timeline for him to go back is because JP is dead and he goes to get Kate.
Nah. Uh-uh.
So why would he go back?
Well,
In the midst of all this action in Chicago, he's just gonna go to New York to try to kill Tasha again.
well, this is my theory on that. I believe he's gonna go because keep in mind, because originally I thought last episode Tommy was split between him and CBI, and he didn't. And then I had to think about it. It does make sense that he didn't because why else would he go to New York if he's having that going? So it has to be smooth, like nothing major is going on in order for him to take a trip to New York. So I'm thinking next episode probably Kate calls Tommy and tells him about the letter. He heads to New York and probably will be there about time episode 6. And then after episode 6, he goes do whatever he does in New York. And I believe once he gets back, that's when CBI is gonna try to, you know, kick him out and stuff like that. And they be like, you're not wanting him no more. And that's when they're saying he's a lone wolf. Now, but at the same time, I must say, I think the lone wolf part might be happening next episode. So I don't know. Because let me go ahead and go to this next line. The death, the big death for episode 5. But this I want to say I'll go as high as saying 90% chance that somebody big is gonna die this coming episode.
Before
Who
you
is
before you dive into that, I got one question.
okay?
This omission. Then somebody said an omission is still a lie.
Shanti dead.
Okay, now this omission about D-Mac and the 9/7s, and they were setting him up to get bodied.
Uh-huh.
That's got to come out.
Yeah, I think that's gonna
Would there be enough to finally drive a wedge between Diamond and Tommy?
absolutely that would be enough because Tommy's gonna see that as a betrayal. Now the Jamaican guy just came through here like what 20, 30 minutes ago saying that Diamond is not gonna betray Tommy. Well, he's not gonna turn his back on him or whatever. That Tommy's gonna do it to him. Now, a way that I could see that happening is D Mac end up telling Tommy the full truth about what's going on, and Tommy decide, all right, I'm gonna play these motherfuckers like checkers. So he could end up acting like everything is good. He could maybe tell D Mac, look, stay cool, chill the fuck out while I'm gone. Because maybe he can, chill the fuck out while I'm gone, and when I get back, we're gonna make a move on CBI, and it's gonna be just me and you. And I'm gonna bring in. Who knows? That could be the reason why He bring in Tariq. He like, I'm gonna bring in another crew that's gonna help me, you know, get control of this shit. Something like that. I don't know. But all I know is what I do know is that I don't believe he's gonna end up leaving until like I don't think the real chaos is gonna happen until he comes back. So I would think he would have to leave very soon. Got to be episode 6, some
Well,
shit like
this stuff is gonna be happening real fast.
that. Yeah.
It's been set up nicely, but it's like I keep saying, it's a lot going on. And now we finna get a Vic finna have a crew. Who is this he working with?
Uh, that's a good question too. And speaking of which, you know the episode of I mean the person that I believe the big death, I think it might be Vic. Because you see he got a crew together and you hear in the trailer the people that's there with him is saying some shit like, um, you letting Tommy walk all over you and we need a leader and something like that. So in my opinion, that's probably some people from his that knew his dad or Paulie or whatever his name is, and maybe that wife of his, you know, contacted them, brought them in to give Vic some help. They're gonna make a play to potentially maybe make a play at Tommy, make a play at Claudia, maybe. And I think that's the reason why at the end of that trailer we hear Tommy saying, you know, we gotta wait. He got to wait that they can actually work together or something like that. Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm paraphrasing, but he said something like that. And I think he's gonna say, "Let's take out, you know, your brother Vic," because she ain't fond of him either. That's not saying young Angela literally confuses me of rip. Like, why was Ghost so obsessed? Right. Let me keep going. I hope they do right because if not, it'll be the second time they hit us with a reverse. When we heard about Raising Canaan, most thought it'll be on would be on Young Ghost, Canaan, Tommy, and Breeze. Now with us wanting. Well, I kind of knew it wouldn't be because Courtney said that it wouldn't be. She said this is Ghost and Tommy. She said this is Kanan's story, not Ghost and Tommy. She specifically said that. So I kind of knew that they wouldn't just be the main focal point. Or did they know we wanted it start from 1994 to 96 at the most, but looks like they skipping over all the important stuff we wanted to see. I just can't see them slowing out like that, bro. Solo, what's up? I don't know. They said you was spamming the chat, Brian. I don't know. Or King Kilo gets out with the New York City in New York City, and when he comes back, it's up there. 95% of the characters in Power are snitches. Yeah, that's for sure. What's up, Steve? Something gonna tell King Kilo that D Mac was the one who killed Mad Dog. Why would she do that though? When she's trying to keep Kilo, she's trying to keep D Mac alive. But she wants. Well, she could do that now. I had to really think about it. She could do that now because her plan is to have King Kilo go after Tommy and Diamond to take them out. So that could work. Tariq was a strategical snitch. Tariq snitched on the Russians to date. Yeah, we all know that nigga snitch. We talking about power solo. Tariq snitched on Estelle Green to get custody. Yeah. Why are you bringing up all this nigga snitch? Hold on. You say I know you. You text me. Hold up. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just not saying this. My bad, y'all. The funeral shootout scene finna be lit. Yeah, those are the people we already had in his group. That's everyone know that the Flans killed their father. You know, I don't think hardly anybody knows that. Actually, God damn, it's a lot of comments, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna drop to the bottom. So if you,
Let's talk for a second about the funeral shootout
that's why
scene.
I said
Is that could that be a deceptive trailer thing to have us going off in a different direction? How do they get to that point where Jenard is shooting at somebody coming out of the funeral?
okay. So that part, I think he Tommy must have done something to take out someone important to Janard. He had to have done something dirty. And then keep in mind, Joseph during his interview, he did say his character is very treacherous this this season. So it's only two people, in my opinion, that Tommy could have done something to have Janard pissed like that, and that's Diamond and Shanti. If I had to pick, I'm gonna go with Shanti. But let's be real, Shanti is a cold-blooded mother, you know. So I ain't gonna feel sorry for it at all. It depends on how it happened, I guess. But Vic told Tommy that he unalived Walter Flynn. Yeah, he told Tommy that, but like, don't nobody that in the Flynn family know that Tommy did. I mean that Vic did. I told you Janard is not listening. Diamond told him Tommy and himself. Yeah, I mean I saw when you said that. You know, I might be keeping watching from a distance. After JP's death. Oh, so you think he might be just keeping an eye on him because of he knows Tommy's probably gonna make a move? I'm about to drop Cameron too, nigga. You just sitting on here for just thought about that. This nigga still sitting here. The nigga doing homework on the damn line. Listen, nigga. But anyways, um, so this is like the big. Let's take a pick. Let's go ahead and do a poll. Who do y'all think is gonna be the big character to fall this next episode? I'm gonna go with Vic.
Hmm.
Claudia could tell Beth that Vic unalived Walter Flynn. You know, Claudia could finesse the hell out this thing and make it look like Vic was responsible for all of it. She could absolutely do this now that she's out. But if Vic was smart, he should put it all on Claudia. Because keep in mind, her husband got killed in the midst of all of it.
I think this whole King Kilo D Mac thing is gonna loop in JP, and that's what's gonna get him out of here.
Yeah, that's what I said in my video about. He's
Uh,
done.
so is episode 5 too soon for that?
I think it is. I know originally I said he wouldn't make it out of the first 5 episodes, but I had to change that. I think now he can make it as far as episode 8.
Okay, all that my son crap he gonna say, that's just foreshadowing that he's gonna get up out of here. We might see that in episode 5.
Yeah, we might honestly probably not even that. I'm thinking that might be the episode he did get killed. So that probably is 8. But anywhere between 6 and 8, I'm gonna say JP could be up out of here. And
What about Sang? Maybe Sang could be the big death.
I also think he is dying for sure next episode. But I don't think his character, in my opinion, is that big. But it could be.
And that is his wife that he was
Yes.
talking to.
hmm Um, I'm gonna say yeah, but like I say, reason why I'm kind of leaning towards Vic, they like Vic's getting the crew together and stuff like that, and the things that he's doing, looking like he's about to make a move. If we hear him say that Tommy's the lone wolf, is the lone wolf next episode, then yeah, his ass might be about it. God damn, hold up. Them comments be jeez. Ain't nobody lying solo. Vic
This
told Tommy,
franchise saying Stacey Marks, and that would be major, but it seemed kind of quick for episode 5.
"Ah,
She needs to find out that Sang is crooked.
she
Uh,
might not find out. Tommy will eliminate King Kilo just like he did Benny. King Kilo will be worthless just like Benny. Hey, you might be right about this shit, but I definitely hope you're wrong. I would say that. Because Benny had me hyped, bro, in season 6 of Power. Because he just looked like he was this, he tough as hell. And then all of a sudden, this nigga just dropped like a fly. Easily.
I think whoever dies, well, it always a death always moves the story some kind of way. I think it can't be just a gratuitous death. Um, Elise would be major. Is that her name?
Uh
Claudia's girlfriend, Elise.
yeah.
Uh, Sang would be pivotal for Kate Stacey Marks in that cartel case because the writing is on the wall for him because he done already messed up like his wife was telling him. He was panicking when he was calling them folks.
This is crazy. It's shocking how Showstopper is the only loyal woman in the Power universe. Even Lauren was a cheater. Hold on. What about Lakeisha? Keisha didn't cheat. Holly didn't cheat. No, it's a couple of them out there. Tommy saw Vic kill the cop. That's what he would tell Stacy. Why is he telling her that? That's what I don't get. Would I crack Shanti? Hell yeah. He never. he never liked Vic. He liked the sister more. It's a Liliana shit. Well, I mean, yeah, we know he definitely likes. He did like Claudia. Well, he actually did like Vic at first too. If y'all pay attention, that's why he was going so hard for him, saying that he wasn't the snitch. He was disappointed when he found out that he was. Claudia girlfriend and JP dies next episode. All right, I just can't. I just can't see JP dying next episode only because, like I said, it wouldn't make sense in my opinion. That's if they have to incorporate this Tommy goes to New York storyline, which I believe they absolutely have to do that at some point. It's not going to make sense for him to leave and go there when his brother just died, and on top of that, when he was in New York, he told Tasha that basically his brother was still alive. So that means JP has to be alive once he go to New York. He hasn't went to New York yet, so therefore JP cannot be dying next episode. Now Claudia's girlfriend, she's definitely up for grabs. But like I said, I'm gonna go with AUSA, um, T Shine, Bill Shine, and Vic.
Bill Shine.
Bill Sang, that's his name.
Oh, same. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be a good one. I don't know about Vic though, since he finna get a crew together.
that's why. That's why I think he's gonna die because of the crew. He gonna try to go out and do something with that crew, and he gonna get his ass murdered.
And see, then they just bring them up out of nowhere. I think somebody answered my question about the D5 blockchain. He said his early investment. That's where he was telling Ray the money came from.
Hmm.
So there might be these. Who answered that question? You missed that in the chat.
Yeah, I definitely missed that. Force, you said the next force would be in Houston. This nigga just saying shit. But who knows? He might turn out to be right. It'd be crazy. Grizzlies beat the Kings. That's great. It's good for them. Yeah, I remember you asked about JP being sick. You all forget what Ghost told Tommy if he helped him take out Jason will be the structure for them both. You remember why they called Jason Chicago? Um, I thought they just called Jason Chicago because they was given a code name because they didn't want to say his real name. Stacey Mark dies in this episode, and that's when the white dude finally looks at the dead body from the trailer. So my original my original guess was that it was Stacy that was under that sheet, but keep in mind, um,
Now that white dude is her husband.
yeah, Bobby, right. But keep in mind, DeMarcus, you said it was gonna be Bill's son, which I think I'm gonna give you a 50-50 chance of landing them. And if he do, I ain't gonna lie, DeMarcus is officially cooking if he ends up being right about that. Who remember Jason was called Chicago? Now Tommy is Chicago. Who else he was introduced to? I thought Claudia's girlfriend was in that mode. I'm confused on that. Ghost is alive and he gonna run his cartel there is a bigger boss and shit. Not sure what you mean that. Ain't nobody lying.
Is that a power check?
You said was that a what?
Is that a power chat from Demarcus?
A super chat?
Oh, is that what you call it? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I would have read that already.
Oh, okay.
You keep missing the word empowered. The pipeline. You want to come up and explain what you're talking about with some of that lifestyle? That might put yo-yo in his definitions.
We haven't met Yo Yo, have we?
No, we haven't. That's what's crazy about it.
I heard Jenard. That's who. He was talking to Joey. He mentioned a Yo Yo.
Right. I'm gonna say this, Demarcus. If Yo-Yo so happen to come and get taken out, I'm gonna officially believe you don't seen some of these episodes. Cause there's no fucking way.
Well, see, they always give you these names of people that's off camera. You know. Um, See, I still remember that picture that we was worried about the whole season in Raising Canaan, where we thought uh, dude was shooting famous in the head, and that wasn't even famous.
Right. They finessed us good with that one. They definitely did.
I,
They
I wasn't fooled by it.
well, they got majority of us. I'll say that. JP died because he was the one who used the spot Tommy opened for him for the dinner for Miguel and oh bro, this nigga may have actually seen something, bro. Cause how the fuck is he coming up with this? Hey man, I'm dropping the link. You gotta get your ass up here. You gotta get your ass up here and explain this shit right there. That is crazy. I forgot all about that shit. That is crazy. You know the bar that or bar slash restaurant or whatever that Tommy ended up getting for him. Shanti would cheat on Janard with Manny Chick. Tommy will tell her that Vic been playing her and her, and he tell about the Asian guy working with Ortega reason because that Asian chick Tommy have. We definitely do need more Twitch views. I got to figure out how to get my Twitch game up for sure. Whatever episode King Kilo gets released is when JP dies. I'm I can kind of, I don't know because I think Kilo might get a release next episode. I'm almost certain JP ain't getting shit. I don't know. This shit's getting real crazy. I didn't think Force would be this tough. It was, it was Tommy who came on the bike. Tommy on the bike. Tommy would use Claudia to get rid of the three birds with one stone. Stacy Morris, Miguel, and Bill Sign. Claudia will expose that Bill Sign is home. Claudia could eliminate Bill's Sign. Hmm. We might not show Tommy going to New York. Do we really need it? We saw his perspective in episode 10 or 2. I mean, I can agree with you that we don't necessarily have to see Tommy go to New York, but they have to at least acknowledge that he went to New York. That part has to happen. Vic might run off with if Stacy gets him up. Vic will not die in episode 5. Okay. I'm tired of these motherfuckers thinking they can stand against. I'm fucking tired of these motherfuckers thinking they can stand against me. I'm Tariq St. fucking Patrick. Kill my own father. That nigga was the softest nigga in power history after that. Why power never have real street gang that? Well, probably because they don't want real street gangs to come after them for using their name. That's why. Copyright purpose. A definitely blockchain is company like Units or Pancake Swap. They basically allow people to trade crypto peer to peer. Well,
Okay.
that's a trader.
That explains the investment aspect of what
Yeah,
Vic said. Although really it was Tommy's money, supposedly.
right. Takari would be the one to know that.
We're gonna have to talk about that check too.
I ain't got that much time left, so I gotta hurry up and kind of push it because I gotta call it quick, a little early this time. If Power goes to Houston, then Tariq definitely drinking lean again. Okay, so like Sal, you saying you a writer, but that's crazy. How can you come and just tell us the story? Like, don't I know for sure you got to have some kind of confidentiality going on. Like you definitely had to have signed some kind of NDA. There's no way you could just come on a channel like this and tell us what's happening. Even though if you turn out to be right, I absolutely appreciate it because I'm gonna use that shit. But and just give you your shout out for it, or should I give you a shout out? Because woke stars be like, "Hey, why this ugly nigga telling ugly nigga TV all about damn script? They gonna come after you for that shit." And it's a good ass theory, no lies. That's why I'm like, bro, is this nigga actually alright? Gabriel Ortega will eliminate JP because Tommy eliminate Luis Ortega. Tommy too swole for that little ass bite. Yo is the leader of the crew that Joey was getting the Reggie from. Yeah. Say somebody's increasing pressure and Claudia to get Tommy on audio this week. Okay, this nigga. What he talking about the spot in the dinner? So basically, Talia, he's saying that JP is gonna get popped because he's gonna be the one hosting the restaurant that they pick. You remember? You remember last episode? Um, Miguel told Maria that he want her, and Tommy to show up at want them to show up for a special dinner. And then we also know that he told Ortega that he's going to be giving him the location of where to get Tommy at. So that part makes sense, and it's just crazy that he so happened to mention the place that Tommy got for JP in season what was that season one? And if that dude turned out to be the spot that being used, I could absolutely see JP getting popped that way. That would be crazy. Was the acting on what scene good? Honestly, at this point, Diamond and Tommy issue won't grow too big. It's gonna be Claudia and Shanti set it out, and them cartels coming for her. Yeah, you did tell us Crackface wasn't breathed, but you also said that jukebox would kill him. So let's not forget that. If he's a writer, then tell us when Tariq popping up. That's a fact. When is Tariq showing up, or is?
So
Yeah, I
we
suppose that's the link for him.
so we believe Claudia is gonna make it out of this season.
I don't know who that we is. I didn't say that.
Well then Shanti. See, Shanti really doesn't have any respect for Claudia and Elise. She don't even think they should be in the game.
I agree, and I think
And
that's going to be how she get popped.
through Shanti.
Yeah, I think Claudia is going to be the one get her because she's going to underestimate her.
And you remember now, Stacy had already said, and this might have been important, that when she heard Shanti's name, she said that Garfield Park wasn't even on her radar.
Hold on, say that again.
When when Shanti heard, I forgot from who, but she heard when Stacy heard Shanti's name, she said Garfield Park wasn't even on her radar. Like
Huh.
she didn't know Shanti was a player in all this.
Yeah, because you talking about when Vic was telling her that Tommy believes that it's Shanti that was the snitch and
Yeah,
not.
yeah, that's it. That was the scene.
Okay, gotcha.
It was interesting that she named Garfield Park, and she didn't think they were an issue. They weren't on her radar.
King Kilo kills Diamond and JP by simply not giving a fuck who's in the line of fire. Oh, not Diamond, JP, Genesis, and JP. Okay. Well, Genesis makes it to the funeral, so you can't say Genesis. I kind of already addressed that before. All these bars, restaurants, and barbershops should all be out of business. Niggas never have customers. They be front.
They just a way to launder money, right?
Right, that's what I was saying. Is fronts. Claudia is only good for her looks. Her storyline and character is trash, and she needs to go.
I agree.
The barbershop used to have customers and other barbers. I don't know what happened. Yeah, season one. It's a season one. That shit ain't had not one damn customer. Only one, only head he cut since season one is Jenard. Jenard ain't even got no hair. No, bro. Claudia will be wanted on the run. Tommy played her, and now I'm gonna let Stacy play her. Hmm. So are you're saying that Tommy's gonna use Claudia for something and then stick Stacy on? Diamond will eliminate Shanti once he find out that Shanti is betraying Diamond and Jenard. Hmm? Ask yourself, why is Tommy and Ghost so protected by DMC, Democrat? Well, I mean, I don't really know the reason why. Is all of them under in Ghost pocket possibly? Hey man, stop making me guess and tell me, a glad nigga. If I learned something from watching Raising Cain and pretty light skinned girls aren't exempt to getting their ass murdered. They been getting their ass towed up. So hold on. I don't think none of them got served up in raising in book two though. If he is still alive, uh, who else? Like Lauren still alive. How you gonna launder reminder and have nobody walking in and out? Feds should just park outside. Hey, believe it or not, they definitely doing that here in certain places in L.A. I know a few. It ain't never nobody in the boat. I ain't gonna name some of them because I don't want them showing up at my door. But trust me, they definitely doing it. So I ain't gonna say that that's not possible. They're not gonna do Shanti like Tommy did Holly.
A question that came to me about Jenard is he's a hard character to really understand. Now, is he just very stupid or very smart?
Who?
Jenard,
Very stupid or very smart?
which is it?
I mean, he kept the organization going for 15 years. He can't be too stupid.
So, what does he want most? Shanti, CBI, or his brother's love and respect?
Honestly, I think he wants his brother love and respect the most. Look at how he was in season one. He was basically a happy little puppy that was happy that his master was back, which is his brother. You know, big happy his big brother was out, and he was letting him know all the stuff he did for him. He bought the barbershop from him. He gave him basically everything. But once Diamond was moving differently, he kind of seen shit different. And then the fact that Diamond was willing to let Tommy come in and change everything that they did, that's really what, you know, made Jenard turn up the way he did. So I would say it's it's won Diamond's love and respect. Kind of like Kane with Monet.
So, but okay, so how is he constantly letting this woman get in his face talking about him killing his brother?
Yeah, that's what I. Well,
And that's what makes me think: is he playing her ultimately? Is he playing chess? She already says she likes boxing and chess.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Demarcus, you do make the live better. I'll give you that.
I think we should spend some time, not tonight, but just on Jenard. I think that's a character that's
That's something I never thought about. I'll give you that, and it is interesting.
but she could see the hesitation in his eyes when she talked about the regime change and I want to cut their heads off. Now that's pretty bold. I would like to see Janard take her out.
Wait, so hold on, lifestyle. Are you saying that Tommy is using Shanti to to get close to Jannard to find out what Jannard is going to do, possibly?
You talking about that comment about Janard being ready?
Yeah. Then he's saying Tommy wants to go to Houston. Chicago introduced Tommy to a guy. Hold on, this
What
that.
is Houston? How did Houston get in this? What's up with
I
Houston?
don't know. I have no idea. Tommy to a guy on in big buildings. Who was it? Who was it? You remember?
Tommy was supposed to be going to L.A.
Yeah, I mean, with Dafo, but when he hold on, but he didn't introduce him with Dafo in the in some big buildings, did it? What is he talking about? Okay, I do remember that part, but who he didn't introduce him to nobody after that. Oh shit. Claudia could expose Vic for being a fraud to Ray. Likely. Go watch back the series of Power who Tommy was introduced to by Jason the tattoo Mexican. Okay, so I know exactly what episode they were. I can run it real quick. That's episode 406 of the original Power. So I'm gonna see what you're talking about right now. Because I don't recall that at all. Or what you're talking about. Especially the original Power, I know that very well. That's how I can know exactly what episode to go to when you say something.
See, we would have to thread the needle through all these plot lines and to get a real picture of what's going on.
All right, so we here. This is the part you're talking about, correct?
For conversation to come, there is a celebration tonight. Ooh, tonight? I was thinking of driving back to New York tonight.
I need you to hurry up and react quickly though, because like I probably got maybe 40 more minutes. Tops. Maybe not even that. But this is interesting what he's talking about though. So I wanna see what is it he's talking about with this. Shit. Put it down like I don't want them to hit me with no copyright. He said he a fake writer. Hey, I'm trying to test to see what he's talking about. I asked him to come up. He could just say it, but you know, I'm gonna give it a few. I'm gonna give it like 2 minutes. If you don't respond, indicating that this is the episode, I'm gonna have to move on. Yeah, I know exactly who you are. Is this the episode you're talking about? You said when they was on the tall buildings. I remember you. Trust me. That's why I'm asking you to come up. You definitely one of the day ones. I remember that. But I'm trying to see what exactly you talking about with this. Said no, not this episode. Then what episode could you be talking about? Because you said when he was talking about Chicago. This is the episode where he first gave him his name and he was no longer going by Chicago. The only other episode that you could possibly be telling me about is the episode he introduced him to Rodolfo, and that would be episode 607. And he was talking about going to California, not Houston. Okay, yeah, you're talking about episode 607. Hold on. When he invites him back to Chicago.
Who was Tommy headed to Chicago to see or to work with?
Well, he was never going to Chicago originally. He was
Not
originally
Chicago. I'm sorry, L.A. He was headed for L.A. and stopped in Chicago.
Rodolfo.
Okay.
I don't recall him ever inviting him back to Chicago. So that's very interesting. I'm curious of what you're talking about, right? Okay, so when? What and also let me know exactly what did he say. But you saying he did, I don't recall that.
I'm confused. Why does this even matter?
Well, basically he's saying he said I'm falling for the bait. Nah, it's not so much I'm falling for the bait. I'm just challenging what he's saying. Who knows? Maybe he does know something that we don't. I'm giving him a chance. Because right now, like I said, I know my shit. I can know what episode. I can know pretty much, especially when it comes to the original power. Like you can get me when it comes to force. So like I've openly admitted on several occasions that when it comes to force, I'm not as strong. I know it, but not as well as I know the original power, book two, and raise the game. Especially the original power. If you talk about the original power, I'm gonna be able to tell you what episode, damn near what minute and second. So you gonna have to really know what you're talking about to challenge me on the original power. The actor who played Joey is a writer for Force. That's interesting. But I have seen some occasions where what the hell? You see this?
What happened?
Nothing. Nothing. My bad. I would type you. We all know they never mentioned Houston. Yeah, that's for sure. They didn't. That I'm 10 toes down, 100% certain of. They never mentioned Houston. That is that. I get you when you're saying why is he's so why is he's so protected by the Democrats. Not exactly sure on that, but what the part where you're saying Tommy going to Houston and all that, and then you said basically Jason mentioned him going back to Chicago. That I never seen, so I don't know.
Maybe the writers are Republicans and they just want to show the Democrats is involved in criminal activities.
Nah, the writers are definitely Democrats. You can tell by how they write it, and then whenever an election is coming,
Well,
they
we can answer the question why they so protective, why they protecting
don't know.
ghosts.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and head on to the final topic, though, for sure. I mean, very some definitely with some interesting, points that he made earlier, but that last part kind of threw me. All right, so finally we are at Tommy and Claudia. So if you've seen the trailer, there was a scene where they're talking about Tommy and where Tommy calls up Claudia and says he might find a way where they could basically work together. What is it that could possibly be the altercation that may take place that Tommy and Claudia works together, even though we know neither one of them can be trusted because they either one of them could betray each other.
Well, it's hard to talk about Tommy and Claudia without putting Tracy in that triangle. That's one of the. There's a lot of triangles in this story, and Tommy, Claudia, and Stacy is one of them, right?
You said Tracy,
Stacy.
Stacey. Oh, okay. But damn, I'll miss somebody. But
Because she's trying to entrap Tommy for Stacy.
right,
Stacy let her out so she could get Tommy, right? For use
right,
herself as bait to get Tommy.
right. So I believe that Tommy is going to possibly convince her, look, we're better off if we just work together because Stacy is on your ass. She's trying to get my ass. I got a way to get her ass in my pocket. And that way we can both use this shit. And like I said, Vic is going to be a problem. Excuse me. Vic is going to be a problem for both of them eventually, I believe.
I agree.
That's why I think he could possibly be the one go next episode. Because obviously he don't want to be getting punked the way he's been getting done by Tommy. He doesn't like his sister. We know that. And then he wants to be free. So what's the only way he can be free? He got to take both of them out. So why not, take out the common enemy? Because if Tommy has Stacy, he doesn't need Vic.
Okay, you lost me. So who does Vic want to take out?
Vic wants to take out both Tommy and Claudia because his whole goal is to be free of all of this shit. And he won't be free unless he takes both of them out.
That would free him of Stacy.
Well, if Tommy is no longer on the board, why would she need him? But she might would just decide to arrest the nigga just because.
I mean, he was all part of that deal that killed off the Flynn's and all that.
True, which is the part that didn't make sense to me. The part that didn't make sense to me was why did Vic even go to her anyway? Because she didn't know that shit happened. He told her. Like, I get it, you trying to work, do whatever for. No, it just didn't make sense. Somebody explain that shit to me.
Well, when his point then at that point was to get Claudia, because Claudia had betrayed him and had set him up and set the dad up and everybody. Claudia set all that up.
Right, but why couldn't you just do something to frame her and get her locked up? Why the hell did you have to go be a informant, incriminate yourself, put yourself at risk? And that just don't make sense to me. It was definitely a smarter way to go about it.
It's some detail we forget in that it was supposed to benefit him some kind of way.
Nah,
but she been so obsessed with Tommy. Because at one point when Tommy and Vic kind of okay because of Claudia, because of Gloria.
I'm sorry, say that again.
See, at some point, Tommy and Vic were kind of okay with each other because of the
Right,
Gloria connection.
right.
But Vic got caught up with Stacy Marks as he was trying to bring down Claudia. But then Stacy was so obsessed with Tommy.
Hmm.
That's gonna be Stacy's downfall. This obsession with Tommy,
Which it
who is
never
who is
will.
supposed to be dead. It's just that's anyway. That's a whole nother crazy. But but your question is, how are Tommy and Claudia supposed to bury the hatchet if that's actually what Tommy wants to do?
Yeah, pretty much. What is it gonna make it? Because I do believe that they're gonna eventually come together and work together. Because the only way I can see it happening is they must have a common enemy. But what I'm asking is, what is it that's gonna cause them to come together?
They
Common
got two.
enemy?
They got two common enemies: the Martez cartel and Stacy Marks.
Well, Marquez Cartel is not necessarily an enemy of Claudia. Stacy is.
That's who wants to kill her in prison. They took away her security.
You said that's who killed her and tried to kill her in prison.
That's who actually sentenced her to death in prison. Is the Marquez cartel. They wanted to wanted her dead, just like they got Merkovic or whatever his name was.
Well, they didn't necessarily come after her. They just pulled her protection.
So she could get killed.
Yeah, but they didn't come after her. They came after her. Been different. Because keep in mind, even after that situation happened, she still didn't want to snitch on the Marquez.
And plus, she has said that she will testify against Ortega.
Eventually, yeah, eventually. But I believe that she only did that because she started simping for Elise. She
And
was like,
saying knows that she said she would testify. That's really how
right,
she got out.
right.
So to me, that's another common enemy.
You're right. That's true. Now you got me. Yeah, because once Sang found out about it, obviously he's gonna tell the rest of them. They're gonna. Yep. So yeah, that's a common enemy.
Why your chat be so wild?
I don't know, bro. These niggas.
That's why I made the comment to you. We miss a lot of details because of what be going on in the chat. I think Tommy is gonna figure out that she is out in order to get him, and he's not. He's got something set up. Ain't no way she would come alone to meet Tommy.
So yeah, her coming along wouldn't be the smartest thing for her, obviously,
But she
because
wants to. She wants to be bait. But see, he probably done found out some kind of way. It maybe through Vic or somebody what's really going on because she's supposed to set herself up as bait.
right. But I think you know what, y'all. This might be. I might have to switch this thing. Claudia, I mean Stacy might be up out of here. It might be Stacy because you remember she's gonna be just like you just said. Um, she's setting herself up as bait, right? So if she does that, and Stacy comes along to try to get Egan, because she wants to be there when he's arrested, perhaps a major shootout will happen. Because keep in mind, Vic is probably on his way there too. So maybe the situation will be that Stacy arrives, she shows up, Vic shows up with his crew and try to take her out, but they end up hitting Stacy and kill her.
Stacy not finna be in no shootout.
Yeah.
That's not her role.
Well, if you can't say that because remember when episode 1,
She's a U.S. attorney.
yeah, but sometimes they show up because she did it before already. Remember, she showed up when they was trying to go find Vic, episode 1, and she had a gun just like everybody else. She
She
showed
better
up.
keep her ass in that office.
Yeah, I agree. She should, but
But see, Tommy got plans for her. That's the whole point of the $1 million check. So he could own her.
I'm not saying that Tommy is trying to get her killed. I'm saying I think she's going to end up getting killed accidentally. Okay. That could happen too.
Now DeMarcus saying Stacey might get arrested by her own husband. But he's a good cop though, so he probably would.
I can see that shit happening too. DeMarcus, stop changing my mind.
So DeMarcus is saying Sang is under the blanket.
Yeah, he been saying that for a while now, actually.
Mm-hmm.
That's another one that I'm looking out for to see where he lands. But he's definitely been saying that for at least a month and a half. Like when they first released their little teaser trailer, whatever it was, and showed that, he said that's who it was.
And then where's Ray gonna fit in all this?
That's a good question. Is Ray gonna be like Angela once she find out that Jason Booker ain't who she thought it was?
And if you're gonna make $1 million donation to a politician, would the donation be made out to them personally?
I don't know.
That check was paid to the order of Stacey Marks with an address on it.
I have no idea. Didn't even pay attention to that. What that was on the check.
See, whenever they put a document in your face like that, you have to look at it. Documents and text messages. And then I was trying to see who's the check from, and it was from remitter was Pageant Incorporated, Pagent Incorporated. East Shore Bank and Trust. Now we're gonna say that just means nothing. $1 million made to Stacey Marks. Although he did get a check to Ray, so it would probably end up with the campaign, but still.
But if you are donating to the campaign, especially an amount like that, who would you write the shit to?
Well, a campaign should be an organization, almost like a business.
Yeah. But what? Like Stacey for mayor or whatever. I don't know. Because the only other person we got that we can kind of reference this from is Tate. And I'm trying to remember. I don't think anyone wrote him any direct checks like that.
No, he was getting cash. That was a cashier check.
Right.
So I want to see how that's going to play out.
DeMarcus, I tried to watch Bel Air 2 days ago and I fell asleep on it. Not saying that it wasn't good, but my ass was sleepy and didn't finish it. But I am gonna make another attempt at it.
I saw episode 1 and 2. I haven't seen 3 yet. I was surprised to see what's her name? Chikizi,
Uh-huh.
Caroline Chikizi. But see, she seemed like me. She's a one note actress. That's all she gonna play is black female gangsters. Cause it was just like watching Noma.
Typecast 101.
She looks good for 51 years old.
Damn, I didn't know she was 51.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Damn.
Adrian Holmes, he's done a few things. I think they're the same age.
Well, I've seen both of them in person and they look exactly like how they look on TV. And they don't look 50. I'll say that.
But 51 is not just old, Jay.
All right.
If you met me in person, you wouldn't think I look my age at all.
Probably wouldn't. We tend, as long as we take care of ourselves, we tend to have that, type of thing going on. But I'm just saying, I absolutely didn't know they were in their 50s. I was thinking maybe 40. But so that's Ghost. Ghost.
51 is born in 74.
Who?
1974. You're 51 this year.
Yeah, that's Amari. I know age too. He don't look it.
Who are you talking about? 59.
He said you 59.
No, Unc. Okay.
He calling you up. That's what he doing right there. Tyra Banks is in Bel Air. I used to have a big ass crush on Tyra Banks.
I am a baby boomer. I will say that.
You said what?
I am a baby boomer.
Okay. Well, yep. My mama was born in 74.
Now, how did I start this?
I don't know.
59 ain't Unc. That's a grandpa. Okay.
Low key it is. That's damn near 60. That's definitely a grandpa.
Thank you. 56 is not old. 59 either, for that matter. But
To me, Unc range is like in the 40s. 40s to the early 50s. Late 50s to and on up. That's grandpa.
let's just say
That's
mature.
three generations.
Let's just say mature. Sixty is a new 40. There you go. For melanated people.
All right. I mean, I can agree with that. say uncles maybe 35 to 45.
A granddad can be young if he started making babies young. If everybody having babies at a young age.
OG is 25. OG is 25? No. No. OG is like 30.
Now, when I be coming out of Walmart or something, some young guy might say, "Hey, OG," or "Excuse me, OG." I've been called OG,
Yeah, OG is like 30.
but not Unc.
Trust me, this new younger generation, yeah, you definitely a ground. Trust me.
I can accept OG. That sounds
But
cool.
this new generation call me young.
You young? Oh, they call you Unc.
They calling me young. So there's no way in the world. The other one, in the 40s and stuff like that is they or 50s is not a grandpa. There's no way. The OG is like 40 to 50. I can see that. I don't know how we got on this, but this is crazy. Depends where you live because I always hear OGs at 25. Mm-hmm.
See what the millennials and Z's and X's need to appreciate is that the the first black folks born with civil rights is 60 years old now. That's saying something. Because see, we take a lot of that's probably a topic for another show, but we take a lot of that. I think the young folks take a lot for granted.
Roland, you need to come out for Black Track Congress and talk about that for us.
They really take a lot for granted. Because see, I mentor and counsel a lot of younger folks.
Yeah.
They don't know shit about our history.
Absolutely. Never thought I would see 40 for real, for real.
40 ain't nothing. That was like
Hey, look, see, Kenny said 55 and up is granddad. That's the number I said it was. I agree. But it is, but 55. Cause think about it. Typical, like for you to have you a child out and not counting the younger generation because this generation now is having kids much later, kind of. But in normal circumstances, most people already have at least one child, probably about like 22, to be honest with you. That's how it was to me, like maybe 30 years ago. Yeah, about time you about. Anyways, so if they have a child, let's just go with 22. They have a child at 22. And let's just say they child have another child about time 22. What age is that? 44. So how in the world is 55 not a grandpa when literally at 40 something you already a grandpa or a grandma? My granny 98, she said 85 is still young. Your granny lied. I'm sorry.
if you're 98, 85 is young. That's younger. It's like
Because
the
average
older you get, the
live past
younger
what?
keeps
You're
moving.
70. Yeah. I think the average age, shit, in America, damn near 60 something. To be honest with you. Goodbye. Say it's okay, Ollie. Embrace being old. This is crazy. I think Kenny, you probably the youngest nigga up in here right now. He might say 60 is a triple OG. It is though. What's up, OG? Triple OG. Nah, I'm pretty sure ain't nobody in here younger than 25. You the youngest in here, my boy. Except unless, well, I don't know. I was gonna say unless some of them other people that be showing up show up, but I don't know. But anyways, I'm about to go ahead and wrap this thing up, y'all, because like I said, I actually got Denzel Washington 70 years old. Right. That's how you know. It's crazy. Right. Training day was what, 03? I mean 01?
I have seen 12 different men be president of the United States.
That's crazy. That's,
I'm only counting. I'm only counting Trump once.
well, yeah. It still, yeah, he's still the same person, so yeah. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna calculate where you at right now. Hold up. Because you said 12. Let me go back. You got Trump.
Let me change that. It's really 13, but I remember 12. I clearly remember 12.
You got Trump,
There's been 13 in my lifetime.
Biden, Obama, Bush, Clinton, Bush.
You said I'm old as hell. Damn, y'all wrong for that.
How about all day, six president? I'm already not born yet. That is crazy. That is crazy. That is legit crazy.
Y'all see my picture up there. That's actually what I look like.
Hey.
Yep, I lived through Reaganomics.
That's
Okay.
what's up, man. Hold up,
No,
though.
I wasn't born when Abe Lincoln died, but
Reagan.
I remember clearly remember watching Kennedy's funeral.
You was alive for Kennedy's funeral. That's crazy.
President Kennedy. I watched with my mama and grandmama.
Hold on, though. Let me keep going.
Now I was a smart young little boy, but I knew who he was.
Because Ronald Reagan was the what, 40th president?
Yep, he was elected in 1980.
Um, then before him was Jimmy Carter, I want to say, right?
Yep.
39. Then before him, uh, oof,
I don't think I was old enough to vote for Shirley Chisholm, or barely, and didn't vote.
because I know Kennedy was 37, right? Or was he 35?
He was the 35th president.
35, okay. 35. Somebody said Ronald voted for Shirley Chisholm. Well, I think so. I already said my age on here before, but just to give y'all my age range, I wasn't the first person I was old enough to vote for was Obama the second time.
No, I didn't meet Malcolm X.
Who is
I remember the King assassination because I'm from
this
Memphis.
man? Ask this shit.
You familiar with Valentine School in Memphis?
Yeah.
Okay, I was one of the first black kids in this school
Mm.
in the second grade. The same year they was beating down people in Selma.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hazy, me and you close to the same age. He said verse, yeah, girl. Anyway, though, yeah, I got my next job I gotta head to, y'all. So I gotta get ready get up off here.
Okay.
But
Next time we need to talk about D Max Chain and Che's threat to Thomas' family,
mhm.
and we got to get into that check.
Who knows? Maybe Che is gonna be the one to take that cat that grab JP. But yeah, um, like I said, I gotta get on get ready to get up off here. Appreciate everybody that stopped through. That mindset, Ronald Day, the Claudia, listen right.
I think George Bush had her as a side piece, but that's okay.
But I'm gonna go on to get up off here, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. I'm gonna definitely try to do one tomorrow as well. But until the next time.